Feet for tits. I love a chicken tender. Fighting for my life. Stab him in the eye. I don't have a tumble dryer at home. Thomas the Tank Engine video and thought to myself, well, why am I here? But chemical smell. I couldn't get enough. Yeah, neither, honey. It's got little arms and two legs, kind of like a bit hoggish, a bit pig-like. He's quite agile. The wrench of the slit. Too big. That's too big. A buffet. Hi everyone, it's Paige 3 from Drag Race UK. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, completely random, I am in Birmingham. So I thought I would ask you guys some questions and I'm gonna answer those questions while I get in this look for the gig. Let's get ready together and let's answer some of your really strange and crazy questions. I asked for them to be weird, and they are. Okay, I've got my brows down. That's where we're gonna start off today. So the first question actually is really stupid. Would you rather have tits for feet or feet for tits? I am gonna go with tits for no, feet for tits, because I can scrunch them up, because I've only got dainty little woman feet anyway. I'm gonna scrunch them up and they're gonna go inside my bra and I can cover them and I can probably pad them out. But I think walking around on a pair of knockers is pushing it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure how that's gonna go down. All right, next question is, if drag was an Olympic sport, what event would I eat most in? If you mean literally eat, as far as scoffing my face, it would definitely be the chicken tender competition because I love a chicken tender. I've literally just went to this place. If you've never been to Birmingham, I've never been to Birmingham, and I thought before I had a little bit of time before I came out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out for a bit. I'm just gonna see what's around the town and just like actually experience Birmingham for a moment. And I went to this place by myself. Yes, by myself. I took myself out. The diva went out for herself to a place called Boneless. Was it called Boneless or Bonehood? Bonewood? Bonehood. I'm gonna put it here. But basically, it was amazing. I do like to search all around the towns and everything for the best chicken tenders around the world because I think that is a good sport to be part of. They were right up there, but I'm pretty sure that's not what they meant. Honestly, probably my lip sync ability. Not in the sense for competition. Just me performing when I'm working. So many comments regarding my jump split in the Tainted Love lip sync, the one I got eliminated in, being like so out of pocket on Drag Race, and I have to actually completely agree with that. I don't know how to explain other than the fact that I was fighting for my life, completely blacked out. I didn't even know this thing. It wasn't until I was watching the word I even knew they were dead. I think doing everything in my power to try and like help me to stay. So there you go. And by the way, on that note, if you're sitting there thinking, is that diva not going to shave her beard? Is she doing bearded drag tonight? I'm not. It's because my beard comes through so quick that I like to leave it as long as I can. And I do the top half of my face anyway first. So I'm like, why don't I do the top half of my face and then leave the beard as long as I can and then only shave it when I actually need to? Because then I get like, basically, because I spend an hour on the top half of my face, I get an extra hour out of not shaving. Okay, next question is really weird. If I was going to fight another queen with just accessories, what would they be? Well, firstly, would you count a shoe as an accessory? If a shoe is an accessory, I would go with a pleaser because they are like one of those things where if you were on Coronation Street and it was one of those cliffhanger moments when someone gets knocked over the head by a household item, the pleaser is the one that's gonna knock you out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's gonna really hurt. What about a brooch? What about a brooch? Unpin that brooch and stab him in the eye. Now, see, that's aggressive. I went too hard there, I think, and actually I wouldn't really want to do that. Buy my merch. My least favourite chore in the house, putting the wash on, like as far as like clothes washing. And the reason for that is I don't have a tumble dryer at home. I just have the normal washing machine. It's my own fault and it's a vicious circle because I will leave it for so long. So then when I put a wash on, I have to put a really big wash on. It's like not just putting it in, isn't it? You can't really go out and do things. Then you have to wait an hour. And then when the hour's over, you have to go and get it, like take it all out and put it on the clothes horse and putting it on the clothes horse and like making sure there's no creases in it and stuff so it doesn't come out like and dry, like all creased and stuff. I just really feel like it is such a chore. So like I do think that, yeah, putting the wash on, more the hanging on the clothes horse. Who can be asked? Thoughts on pineapple on a pizza? Pineapple on a pizza usually comes with ham, and I don't eat ham. I don't think I've really ever had pineapple on a pizza. As far as like sweet and savory goes, like when it comes down to like waffles, chicken and waffles, for example, I eat chicken. I know I don't eat ham, but I do eat chicken. Chicken and waffles, I'm like, I don't like to do the whole syrup with the savory, you know? And some people say it's blasphemy. You know, Jonathan Bailey said absolutely not, and I believe anything Jonathan Bailey says because he's my husband, so I'm gonna go with that. What's the most niche area of YouTube you've found yourself watching at 2 a.m? Oh my god, great question. I recently did a TikTok about it, and it was actually all the derivatives of the trains that from Thomas the Tank Engine and where they came from, and that was a 2 a.m. moment. But like, it wasn't one of those things where I actually got to the Thomas the Tank Engine video and thought to myself, well, why am I here? Because I felt like I was actually in the right place. You know? What do you want to keep smelling even though you know it doesn't smell very good? Oh my god. See, this is the thing. Does it not smell good though? Because I love petrol. I also recently the other day I was in town and I had parked my car and I was in the stairwell for the car park and there was somebody doing construction, and I don't know whether they were doing like filling in the cracks in the walls or whatever it was, but it was this pungent chemical smell. I couldn't get enough. I absolutely loved it. I loved every second of it. I wanted to stay in that stairwell. I had no intention to go shopping or get my hair done. I had to because I had an appointment, but then at the end of the day, I did actually want to stay there and I really like the smell. So it would probably be that. But then again, the question does like, does it not smell good? Because actually I do think it does smell good. You found a succubus and she turned into the men of your dreams. Who would it be? Hey Siri, what's the definition of succubus?
Which word? S-U-C-C-U-B.
Female demon believed to have sexual intercourse with sleeping men.
My name is Selects Addiction. I'm 26 and I'm from Leeds, West Yorkshire.
Ooh.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, neither, honey. That's crazy cookie bananas. Well, firstly, I don't want anyone to be sleeping with me while I'm asleep, to start us with. But it would be Jonathan Bailey. What is my favorite dinosaur? I think that my favorite dinosaur, I've got favorite names. My favorite name for a dinosaur is Diplodocus. There was a dinosaur that has like this long bit of its head like that, and it's got little arms and 2 legs and long thing like that, and it used to store water within its head like that, like a camel stores in its humps. I feel like it begins with a P, something like that, but I also do love a brontosaurus. If you could be any biscuit, what would you be and why? Now, if you're looking at this from America, I just want to explain that a biscuit to us is not a biscuit to you. A biscuit to us is like a cookie to you, and a biscuit to you is like a scone to us. For a UK British person, my favorite biscuit, I think the best biscuit I would be the chocolate covered hobnob. I love the chocolate covered hobnob. I love it in a cup of tea. The way that it just melts and the chocolate on top, I don't know where they get it from, but it's divine. I love it. I'd be a chocolate hobnob. Failing that, I would be one of those round ones that looks like a flower with a hole in the middle for Marks and Spencer's that's covered in chocolate. I like those too. What is your opinion on forks? I really like them, actually. I just feel like a fork just stops me shoveling. When I have pasta, if I've got a spoon, I will shovel, and I will shovel really quickly, and it's kind of like a bit hoggish, a bit pig-like. This is where we're at. Who do I think would win a lip sync? Obi-Wan Kenobi or Luke Skywalker? Part of me thinks it's gonna be Obi-Wan Kenobi. In The Revenge of the Sith, when he is on that like lizard creature and they're going through and he's like chasing or running away from General Grievous' guards or whatever, he's quite agile. If anyone's gonna win a lip sync, it's gonna be Yoda, because she is all around the towns and everything, flipping and dipping and zip-zap-zapping. That fight with Emperor Palpatine in The Revenge of the Sith, Revenge of the Slit, is her doing the most. What is my preferred diameter of a bottle for a bottle opening to drink out of? The first one that comes to mind straight away would be like a pound coin, like a glass Coke bottle. But when they're too big, there's like, either they have to be really big so it can like dribble in and it comes in like a flat stream, or it's medium size where it starts to go on your face. So it has to be smaller, where it's so you can put your whole mouth around it. You want it to be like that. See, that's too big. That's too big. That's too small. It's somewhere in the middle of that. Which Tetris block would be best to do drag brunch with? Well, this is pretty easy. It would be the square, the 4, the one like that, because most of my sisters that I do drag brunch with are bricks anyway. Wookiee versus Ewok, they're Star Wars characters if you didn't know, in a lip sync battle, who wins? I actually think that it's going to be the Ewok because, like Yoda, they are more agile, so they'll be all around the towns and they'll be up and down and round and round. They're quite groovy with the music in Star Wars, so I think that that is who's going to win this over a big burly Wookiee. Okay, and my final question before I go and get all of the drag on is, if you could describe your drag using a food, what would it be? A buffet, and I would say a buffet because there's a wide range of variety, and it's all you can eat.